'86 Ford Thunderbird. All like an original car. Came from Satcher Ford, here local to South Carolina. Drives really well. We had it out at an event last night, which did end up raining out, so we got to test the soft top. It was, it held. Hadn't been out in probably a really long time. Car also has a hard top. I put fuel in it yesterday. Noticed that fuel gauge was working because it was on full. I wanted to make sure, since we had a little country ride out. Just want to make sure the car had fuel in it, because last time I came out this way in an old antique rally car, I ran out of fuel. So lesson learned. Maybe we should check fuel gauges on cars that are 60 years old. Might be smart. Speedometer's working, the tach's working. I have not, the clock's working, the wipers are working. I do know that the brake lights are not functional, but it's a pressure switch. I bypassed it yesterday before coming out, so I do, for safety, have someone following me. Same with yesterday when we brought the car out. But it drives really nice. I'm not a fan of these cars, and after driving it out last night, I was like, I really like this thing. It's easy to drive. It's not so small that, it's not a big body car that it's huge, but it rolls down the road nicely. It's comfortable. You have enough interior space. I mean, it has adequate power. And, for being a car out of the 50s, I don't know. I think Ford did a good job in that era. It's not something I ever looked at and wanted to own, but I drove it and I said, this is something I drive around all the time. There's good aftermarket parts for. They're not overly complicated. You can go highway and interstate speeds if you want, drive around local. Just personally, I'm a big fan of convertibles, cabrios, open top vehicles. I can feel the wind. Most of what I own, I have the ability to take a top off, and usually when I buy something like this, the top comes off the day I buy it, goes on the day I sell it. But it's good this had a soft top tucked in behind the seat, since we caught a rainstorm in the middle of that event. So we'll get that pressure brake switching gears. We'll get that replaced. I just need to order it. Go through and can't really hear it if we're moving, test all the air and everything. We'll test the lighter at least. Haven't tested the radio. I guess it's not really that important to me. I didn't buy the car to see if the radio works. The lighter does work, in fact. It just got hot. Let's see. I guess the car has been around Aiken County its whole life. From what we know, the old owner of Satcher Ford had it forever. Passed on to a local mechanic around here, and he's now offloading the car. He sadly got lung cancer, so this was something I tried to buy about a year and a half ago. I actually inquired to him about it, and he had it over his shop, and it's just, I believe it to be original paint, no wrecks, and I'm a big fan of originality. I mean, truly, it's something that I have an original car that's still drivable shape. When I was checking that brake pressure switch yesterday, there has some of the wiring's been gone through. So I think when the second owner got it, since being a mechanic, he made sure to shore up all the wiring. And I'm sure that pressure switch was working, the brake lights, just till recently, because it's, this isn't a car most people drive every day, so it's a pretty easy part. It's down by the driver's side motor mount. I noticed I haven't gone through it. We haven't detailed it yet since we brought it in, but what I did notice was like the original washer fluid bag is in place and some little things. And there's some small spider cracking in the paint, but I would rather have original paint, something that's complete. I that's just me. And it looks like we are catching a few sprinkles. So as the sun's out, we have sprinkles. You can see wipers work. You know, all the dash is intact, the mirrors are there, there's a hard top, the windows cranked up and down. You got these little side airflow windows. You got white walls on it. You know, it's black on white on chrome. I mean, there's not a better look at these. I'm not a huge Thunderbird person, but isn't it the Continental kits that are higher? So don't dog me if I'm wrong on that, but it has that place back there. Yeah, the trunk was clean, all the interior was clean. The only thing I know that is different than new, the car didn't come with seatbelts. There are now seatbelts installed. It's kind of one of those things, reliability you gotta do nowadays. Am I wearing it? Oh, definitely yes. It's definitely gonna save me in an accident with this old 50s cruiser. So we're running according to the speedometer, right about 60. I think it's probably slightly off. It doesn't feel like 60. You know, it's probably right at 55. So there's probably, you know, maybe the tires are a little oversized, but it does function correctly. The odometer is turning. Like I said, the temp gauge, I've never seen movement on the temp. Looks like the radio is on. If I get any volume out of it when I hit some buttons, but it's the original unit. You know, nowadays, why not just get a Bluetooth speaker and leave that original deck in place? You're not going to get good sound quality out of the original. You know, brakes are adequate. They stop like they would from the factory. Let's see. Trying to think what else about this. I haven't gotten too far in it. I haven't noticed any rust. I've seen some paint chips here and there. I know there's one on probably the front balance. It's been pretty much since it's been in our possession. You turn the key and it goes. It starts up. So I've started and moved it 10 times now. It started off easy today. It sat overnight. It actually runs really well. It shifts smooth. You can hear it kick down. Give it a little bit of run for a second going uphill. It's pulling the hill nicely. Has good sound to it. It shifted nicely right there. This day we're running about 80. Yeah, it has a good note. It's not overly loud either. It's not obtrusive. It's kind of what it would be from the factory, but it's not crazy. It's not too loud. It's not too stupid. It's proper. That's the best way to put this car. So I'm running 56 when the speedo says about 60. 53 when the speedo says 64, 54. So that ratio would be what, about 9% off on the high side. It's multiplier. I'm gonna say tires, but I can't guarantee that. The tach is working fine. All the other lights work on, the blinkers. I did notice the blinker stock itself. You'll get the first click, but if you don't hold it down, the contactor's not hitting there, so we'll try to see if we hit it with some contact cleaner. But if you only apply a very slight pressure either direction, it's always flashing. There's some literature in the glove box I remember seeing. I haven't tried the side windows, the side air intakes. I haven't opened them up. There's one on both the driver and the passenger in the kick panel. So since we've always had the car full of fuel, I can't tell you if it does actually work, but I double checked it. It was reading full. I got 2 gallons in it before the pump shut off. Yeah, the windows crank up and down, the door handles work all the way around. I know I got it in the trunk key works. They appear to be original keys. They're factory, like period correct. Yeah, they should be long enough drive to tell anyone, like, hey, it's a good driver. It'll make someone happy. You know, all old cars require maintenance, so you're not going to get out of that one. You know, I noticed when I parked it, there was a couple small leaks underneath it. It wasn't leaving puddles, but I saw a little bit. You know, when you get under it and see exactly what it is, but it's nothing unexpected from a car from this era that's going to get driven. So I got a slight uptick in the tip gauge after driving for a while. I noticed that the other day. It's not buried all the way down, but I'm not caring. I don't think that's accurate by any means. We've been on a pretty solid drive. I don't think it has that level of cooling. The car built in the 50s. You got some rubber mats in here. It does look like new carpet. At one point went in. Blinker you can click over and it stays on. I think it's the left one that the contactor is just at that point where it probably needs clean to keep it where it's going to blink without some assistance and a little bit of pressure. Like I said, this car's actually turned me on to Thunderbirds. I won't lie. It's like, maybe I'm a sucker for the convertibles. The bench seat's comfortable. The suspension, you know, it floats down the road. It has a good feel to it. The tip gauge is coming up a little bit more, so I could be wrong. The only way we'll know is when I get the tip gun on it. Generation. I know the older generation enjoys it, but I don't know anyone under 40 that I associate with that owns one of these. Now I don't understand why not. I've actually always appreciated the looks. This is the era of the Thunderbirds I do like. I'm not a fan of the rest of them aesthetically, but these have now why people collect them. Why they sell for more than other era cars, you know, other generations. It makes sense. I don't think we had one. Oh yeah, we do. And Master Glide power steering according to the wheel. I'm sure everybody out here, the cows included, love that. Love that note. Luckily, everybody's behaving themselves today in traffic. Nobody's trying to run us off the road. It's been a pretty pleasurable drive back to the car cave. And we were out at the polo fields. A friend of ours, he does events out there, so it's an excellent venue. If I try and pronounce it, I will butcher the name, but we'll go for it because he'll never see this. The goal is the polo fields. I've linked it in our Instagram. David Mune. He's local, has a French cafe, so he's into polo. If you're ever around, he has a French cafe right downtown. Great place to stop in. So we like to bring cars out there, put them on display, enjoy some polo. In the future, we want to do a rally, have a dinner there while we have some polo right at sunset, which would be a unique experience. Never saw any polo until I moved to Aiken, South Carolina, and we should be counting our blessings that we're getting this car, and the car cave is right around the corner, because those look like some nasty clouds. They don't look good. So our building is the grand total of the next stoplight. But if we take left, it's center. That is, I guess, the weather pattern we were in today. It ruined the polo last night. They were mid-game, or match, or shucker, or whatever they call it. And they got shut down. I'll learn more about polo the more I go. I was really disappointed yesterday because I went to see David play, and my friend Deep was out there. I've never seen him play. So I thought it'd be fun to watch both of them play. In a hurry. He forgot to leave the money at the church collection plate, and he has to make it back before he gets in trouble. It's Sunday in South Carolina. And we are approaching the turn before we get wet. Car Cave is at 1120 Edgefield Highway. We are 1 mile north of downtown Aiken. So Lawrence Street, main downtown, is actually one of our addresses too. So 1120 Lawrence Street is us, 1120 Edgefield Highway, 1120 Highway 19, 126 Hedge Road. So right behind me, if you go directly opposite way I'm going north right now, and you go into downtown Aiken. Great town. You see everything over here at the cave. Inside the building. Hopefully I left the lights on. I know the alarm's on. The place is locked up. But I keep this handy app on my phone to monitor all of our security. We'll turn that off. We're on camera. Say hi to the camera. I have multiple cameras. I got the GoPro cameras, the facility cameras. You can see she's idling fine. She's still in gear. It says it's right about 550, 600 RPM according to the TAC. I have sunglasses on, so let me take these off as we approach the building. You see the lights. There's brights. We will get her. Ooh, it's nice and cool in the building. Safely parked in front of the Rolls and the Renault and the Vet and a few other things. So it is dark in here. It's dark in here and good night. Oh, and all the dash lights work. So this is in appropriate time. Get this unstuck. So that's good to see. You got all your dash lights. You see the clock working in the second hand. The tack there, the miles. It actually looks like it's reading a little bit high there on the speedo. And the temp's coming up. So maybe the temp gauge does work. It just takes a while to heat this car up. Maybe I have my camera angle off, so we'll do this again. You see tack, the clock, second hand, your backlight's working, which is good. I know the dome light in here works when you open the door, which is more than helpful. There you go. So we do have a temp gauge. So maybe this car just has excellent cooling. You never know.